Alright, so hello everyone, welcome back to We in the Garden Wednesday. I did skip last week, it's just because I was too lazy to record it, but I did get up a little clip of the garden after I had harvested it. I will go ahead and insert those clips into this video so that you guys can see those. Alright, you guys, so this is our garden. This is what it's looking like right now. I just did a massive harvest. It grew so much in a week, more than what I'm really used to, so I had to really clean this thing up. If you guys saw those clips, you will see just how full this thing was. So up here we have our kale. It's still growing. I'm still snipping things off of it. Now that I have it over here by the window, it's actually kind of growing toward the window, which I don't mind because then I don't have to worry about it taking up too much space in here. I did get rid of I got rid of the red mustard. I got rid of the 2 green mustards. I got rid of the rotiver because that one had bolted. All the plants I'm naming had bolted, so I got rid of those just to make some more space, and because I knew I was going to need it, because now that I have all my peppers and things are growing in here. So the things that I did keep was, there's one of my tatsoi, so I kept both of my tatsois because I really like to saute those up with like a little bit of garlic and sesame oil and eat those. My Thai basil was out of control, you guys. When I say it was maybe about double this size, I cut off so much Thai basil and it just keeps coming. It has been starting to kind of flower, and what I usually do, I just kind of go in once it gets a little bigger and I just kind of pinch those off, and then it just keeps coming back. Over here, I just clipped our basil again, and I've noticed now that I'm clipping this a lot more often, it's starting to really fill out over here. Again, this one also had a flower on it, and I just took my fingernails and I clipped that off. I'm going to try to insert the pictures that I took of these jalapeno plants before I had pruned them or topped them again. Because they were growing, they wasn't too tall, but they did grow a little bit tall. And so what I did, I just kind of like topped those. I cut off a huge amount of extra leaves, not just from there, but also from the sweet peppers. And so this is what they're looking like now, as you guys can see in there. We got some little buds in there. I can't wait till those actually start blooming. And so this is both of my jalapeno plants. I kept all 4 of my Matildas. These are actually one of my favorite salad greens right now. I really kind of pared down to the salad greens that I thought was going to be my favorite. I kept all 4 of those. So this is actually one up here, but this one was buried at first because I had so much going on in here that it's not as dark as these ones are, but they're all the same. As you guys can see right here, this one had another one growing in there, and I just bit the bullet and clipped that off because it was just too much going on. In here, my tomato plants are still growing. They look like they're doing really good. Not really much to see there, but if you guys want to get a closer look, let's try to clear that up there. That's what that's looking like. Down here we have the sweet peppers. This is actually 2 plants right here. This is the smaller one. I'm going to wait till this one gets a little bigger in there. And once it gets bigger, then I will top this one to encourage these little growth nodes to grow. This right here has sprouted like crazy. I topped this one also and removed a lot of those excess leaves. Like, there was so many huge leaves all around there that I was just wondering how any light was getting in there. And already since I topped that, you can see right there at the growth nodes, you can see the growth that's starting to push out of there. So that's a really good thing, and it's really important to make sure that with your pepper plants that you are topping them and that you are just paying attention to that kind of thing when it comes to their growth. Over here we have the breen. These ones are still growing in really well. I think I removed an extra plant that was growing on the back of this one over here, but I have 2 of these. I love the color, I love the taste and the texture, so I'm gonna go ahead and let that one continue to grow. Down here we have the 2 butter crunches. Honestly, they're good. I thought they were going to have more of a crispier texture to them, but they don't. So honestly, probably once these grow out, I'll probably just replace it with more of this butter head down here. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to really see, but I don't know. So yeah, I have 2 of these butter crunch, and then we have 2 of the butterhead. This was the smaller butterhead. It's growing in really nice, and since I removed some of those plants, as you guys can see, there's a little bit more space in there. Everything is getting a little bit more light. Over here we have that cardinal. It's only 1 of these in here, and I really like this one, so I'm very open to adding another one of these into our garden at a later date. And our cucumber plants, this is what I'm really excited about right now, you guys. This is the cucumber plants. If you guys don't remember, I actually had them at the bottom before, but they are starting to vine a little bit. Now they are Space Masters, so I don't need to really do much to them, but just to make sure that they didn't go down. And I was having issues with, as you guys can see here, it trying to vine onto the other plants. So I moved them over to the side. And what I'm going to be doing is actually later today, I'm going to be getting some garden twine. And so to keep these from vining onto like my other plants, I'm going to be tying, I'm going to be tying them loosely to the tower, just so that they kind of sit like this. And then each day I can manually just go in and undo any of these little twisty twists that I have going on there. And you guys, this is what I wanted to point out. We have our first cucumber flower. It's so pretty. The only thing is, it's the only one that has bloomed. This is a male flower. As I was saying, we have our first male flower right here, but there's a good chance that it's going to fall off because I don't have any female flowers. When I finally get some female flowers, I'll show you guys what they look like, because they're very obviously very different than the male flowers. Like they'll have like a little bitty like cucumber on them, and since there's nothing really to do with this one right now, it's probably gonna fall off. And then hopefully when more flowers come in, we will be able to actually get something. But I do see lots of little flowers coming in down here. I don't know if you guys can see them down in there. That one looks like it's gonna be blooming soon. That one, there's another one up here, about 2 right there that I can see, and then there's a lot under here. That leaf looks a little bit crazy. I'm debating on if I'm gonna clip it off or just leave it alone. It really don't bother me, it's just kind of ugly. And then over here we have a lot of them that's gonna be popping up over here, so I'm gonna tie these in such a way that just kind of keeps it more into the light. So I'm thinking about maybe just lifting it from here so that it hangs like this. That way it stays in the light and we don't have to worry about having to add any extra light to our garden. So I'm gonna pop really quick over to our mini little hydroponic garden just to show you guys what our herbs are looking like. So I've moved actually this little garden to a separate area just for the sake of space. So this is what we have. Our chives, everything over here is looking a little lengthy, like it looks really stringy, but these is the chives. Our thyme is growing in. I've used this a couple times. For it to be so small, it has such a strong flavor. Right there, our cilantro. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm sorry, I have so many lights. But you guys, I had gave up on the cilantro. I did, because it was all looking like this little dead one back there. And so I gave up on it, and then I looked over here and it looked like it's trying to make a comeback. So I'm gonna just leave it alone and just let it be. All of these over here, I just thought they were done for, you guys, no joke. This is my mint, growing like crazy. It's like a little jungle over here now. I need to use this, but I have lots of mints over here. The dill I've used a couple times, very, very good flavor. This was one of the plants that was very slow to grow. I cut off some really big leaves on it, and hopefully they'll grow in like this right here. So we're just waiting. Another little struggler down here that I had gave up on because it looked like it was completely dead, and now it looked like it's growing again. And this one right here is actually, I had bought a living butter lettuce from the store, and I had forgot about it in the back of my refrigerator. And yeah, I pulled it out. I seen that it was still green and crispy because of the root system, so I popped it in here and we've been eating off of it. So you guys, that is everything that I'm growing right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to all of my channels. I think I'll get that information on there for you guys. And yeah, can't wait to see you guys next week. Bye.